Life, in its unpredictable dance, often leads us to the precipice of profound loss. These moments, though deeply challenging, are an intrinsic part of the human experience. They strip away the layers of our constructed identities, revealing the raw essence of our being. It is in these times of vulnerability that we are offered a unique opportunity to discover a deeper sense of self. It is in these moments where the familiar crumbles and the ground beneath us seems to dissolve, that we are forced to confront the impermanence of all things. The structures we once relied upon, both external and internal, begin to fade away, leaving us with a profound sense of emptiness. Yet, it is within this emptiness that the seeds of true peace are sown, that we may encounter a peace unlike any other. This peace is not a fleeting emotion, but a state of being that transcends the ups and downs of life. It is a stillness that resides deep within us, untouched by the chaos of the external world. When we tap into this inner reservoir of tranquility, we find a sense of calm that is both profound and enduring. This peace is not the absence of turmoil, but rather a deep stillness residing at the core of our being. It is a stillness that remains unshaken by the storms of life, a sanctuary that we can always return to. In this space, we are able to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. We realize that we are not our thoughts, but the awareness that witnesses them. It is a peace that transcends understanding, a tranquility that defies logical explanation. This peace is not something that can be grasped by the mind, but must be felt with the heart. It is a knowing that goes beyond words, a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. When we experience this peace, we are reminded of our true nature, which is inherently whole and complete. This peace emerges not from avoiding or denying the pain of our experience, but from confronting it directly. By facing our suffering head-on, we allow ourselves to process and release it. This process of healing is not always easy, but it is necessary for our growth. As we move through our pain, we begin to uncover the layers of conditioning that have kept us from experiencing our true nature. It arises when we surrender to the present moment, allowing ourselves to fully feel the depth of our sorrow without resistance. In this surrender, we find a sense of liberation. We realize that our suffering is not something to be feared, but a gateway to deeper understanding. By embracing our pain, we open ourselves to the possibility of transformation. This may seem paradoxical, for how can peace coexist with such intense suffering? The answer lies in our ability to hold space for both. We can acknowledge our pain while also recognizing the peace that exists beneath it. This dual awareness allows us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and resilience. The answer lies in the realization that our true nature is not defined by the ever-changing landscape of our thoughts and emotions. We are the constant amidst the change, the stillness within the storm. By anchoring ourselves in this awareness, we find a sense of stability that is unshakable. This realization is the key to unlocking the peace that is always available to us. Beneath the surface of our mind, beyond the incessant chatter of the ego, lies a wellspring of peace that is always present, patiently awaiting our recognition. This peace is our birthright, a fundamental aspect of who we are. By turning our attention inward and cultivating a practice of mindfulness, we can access this inner sanctuary at any time. In doing so, we reconnect with the essence of our being and find a peace that truly surpasses all understanding. Psychologist Carl Jaspers coined the term limit situation to describe those critical junctures in life that force us to confront the boundaries of our existence. These moments are not just mere obstacles, but profound turning points that challenge the very core of our being. These situations, often characterized by loss, trauma, or profound change, expose the limitations of our usual coping mechanisms. They bring to light the fragility of our constructed realities and the vulnerability that lies beneath our everyday facades. They shatter our illusions of control, leaving us feeling vulnerable and disoriented. In these moments, we are stripped of our defenses, forced to face the raw and unfiltered truth of our existence. The experience of a limit situation can be deeply unsettling. It is a confrontation with the unknown and a stark reminder of the impermanence of all things. The ground beneath us seems to shift and the future becomes an uncertain landscape. It is a confrontation with the unknown, a stark reminder of the impermanence of all things. Yet within this apparent chaos lies a profound opportunity for transformation. These moments, though painful, are fertile ground for growth and self-discovery. Yet within this apparent chaos lies a profound opportunity for transformation. When the structures of our old identity crumble, we are offered a chance to rebuild ourselves anew, aligned with a deeper truth. It is in the ashes of our former selves that the seeds of our true potential are sown. When the structures of our old identity crumble, we are offered a chance to rebuild ourselves anew, aligned with a deeper truth. This process is not instantaneous, but a gradual unfolding, a journey of rediscovery and realignment with our authentic selves. The limit situation acts as a catalyst, breaking down the rigid structures of the ego and creating space for a more authentic self to emerge. It compels us to question our assumptions, confront our fears, and ultimately surrender to a reality that transcends our limited understanding. It compels us to question our assumptions, confront our fears, and ultimately surrender to a reality that transcends our limited understanding. This surrender, however, is not a passive resignation to fate, but a conscious choice to embrace the present moment with open arms, no matter how challenging it may seem. This surrender, however, is not a passive resignation to fate, but a conscious choice to embrace the present moment with open arms, no matter how challenging it may seem. It is an active engagement with life, a willingness to be present and to find meaning even in the midst of adversity. In doing so, we discover a resilience and strength we never knew we had, and we emerge from the limit situation not just as survivors, but as transformed beings, ready to face the world with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. The peace that accompanies this surrender is not something we can manufacture or conjure through willpower. It is a profound sense of calm that arises when we let go of our incessant need to control every aspect of our lives. This peace is not a fleeting emotion, but a deep, abiding presence that fills our hearts and minds. It is a grace, a gift bestowed upon us when we relinquish our desperate need to control and understand. In those moments of surrender, we open ourselves to a higher power, a force that is beyond our comprehension, yet intimately connected to our very being. This grace is not something we can earn or achieve. It is freely given, a divine gift that flows into our lives when we are ready to receive it. It is the peace of God which passeth all understanding, as described by the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Philippians. This peace is not just a concept or an idea. It is a living reality that we can experience in our daily lives. It transcends our human understanding and logic, offering us a sanctuary of calm in the midst of life's storms. This peace is not dependent on external circumstances. It does not waver with the changing tides of fortune or the ups and downs of our daily existence. Instead, it remains steadfast and unshakable, a constant presence that we can rely on no matter what challenges we face. It is a peace that anchors us, grounding us in the present moment and freeing us from the anxieties of the past and future. It is not the result of a problem solved or a situation resolved. This peace does not come from the outside world, but from within. It is an inner state of being that we can access at any time, regardless of what is happening around us. It is a reminder that true peace is not about the absence of conflict, but the presence of a deeper, more profound sense of harmony and balance. It is a state of being, a deep, inner knowing that we are held and supported by a power greater than ourselves. This power is always with us, guiding us and providing us with the strength and courage we need to navigate life's challenges. When we tap into this inner knowing, we find a sense of peace that is unshakable, a peace that remains with us even in the most difficult of times. This power, this presence, is often referred to as God, Source, or the universe, but its essence transcends any name or label we may ascribe to it. It is the divine force that animates all of creation, the source of all life and love. When we connect with this presence, we experience a profound sense of peace and belonging, a feeling that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. This peace is available to everyone, regardless of their religious beliefs or spiritual background. It is a universal gift that transcends all boundaries and divisions. Whether we call it God, Spirit, or simply the essence of life, this peace is our birthright, a natural state of being that we can all access. It is a reminder that we are all connected, all part of the same divine tapestry. It is our birthright, a natural state of being that is often obscured by the noise and clutter of our minds. In our busy modern lives, it is easy to lose sight of this inner peace. We become caught up in the demands and distractions of the world, forgetting that true peace comes from within. But when we take the time to quiet our minds and connect with our inner selves, we rediscover this peace and it transforms our lives. When we quiet the incessant chatter of the ego, we create space for this peace to emerge like a still pond reflecting the beauty of the sky above. In this stillness, we find clarity and insight, a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We realize that peace is not something we need to seek or strive for. It is already within us, waiting to be discovered, like a still pond reflecting the beauty of the sky above. This peace is a gift from beyond, a divine presence that is always with us, guiding us and supporting us on our journey. When we embrace this peace, we find a sense of fulfillment and joy that transcends all understanding, a gift that enriches our lives in ways we could never have imagined.